It's been long enough. It's time to talk about the biggest Marvel movie in development right now, Avengers Secret Wars. So at this rate, by the time Secret Wars finally hits theaters, we're either going to be parents or grandparents. Because this movie was originally slated for a May 2026 release date, and then it got delayed a year to May 2027, and now with the current writers and actors strike going on within Hollywood, it will inevitably be delayed further as Marvel has a ton of projects that they need to develop and put out there before we ever get to Secret Wars. Honestly, it is pretty scary to sit here and say, yo, in 6 to 7 years we're finally gonna get this movie, because holy cow, that is a long time. But guys, I mean, being on this journey for like 6 to 7 years until the day that we finally get Secret Wars, how insane is that gonna be? Like, imagine, I'm filming this video right now. I can't imagine what I'm gonna look like in 6 to 7 years when the movie finally comes out. It'll be one hell of a journey. It'll be the Supes season finale, and then the next season is gonna start. But holy cow, what a journey do we have ahead of us. Now, a couple of days ago, I was on Twitter and I saw this tweet absolutely going viral within the comic book community space. And I just want to say, when are we as a society going to accept that this image right here is exactly what Secret Wars will likely be? Marvel Studios, Disney, we all know they're a business and they want to make money. The two highest grossing Marvel movies so far within the past couple of years post-pandemic have been Spider-Man No Way Home and Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. The common denominator between both of those films is that they both bring back legacy characters that we grew up loving, and they interweave them into the story. Now, looking forward at what Marvel's got coming out, what is the most anticipated Marvel movie probably on the slate right now? It's Deadpool 3. Why? Because no one has stopped talking about those set photos of seeing Hugh Jackman and Ryan Reynolds standing side by side. Just the fact that Hugh Jackman is a part of that movie, that right there is already $1 billion film, period. Now, over the course of Phase 4 and Phase 5, we've met a ton of awesome characters that Marvel has introduced to the MCU. But let's be real, if Marvel wants Avengers Secret Wars to compete with Avengers Endgame, which is the biggest movie of all time when it came out, they're not going to move forward with the Washington Wizards as their starting lineup. Marvel, Disney, they're not dumb, and at the end of the day, they're a corporation that's trying to make as much money as possible. I mean, right now with the writers and the actors, they're asking for pretty reasonable things from the studios, and the studios still won't budge. So now, if these studios have an opportunity to bring back all of these legacy characters and make all of the money in the world, you don't think they're going to take that opportunity? Because they absolutely are. And according to some very reliable insiders, it's said that the current plan for Avengers: The Kang Dynasty and Secret Wars is for Kang Dynasty to focus on all of the new Avengers and a lot of the new characters that we've met in Phase 4 and Phase 5. And then Secret Wars is going to bring back a ton of legacy characters, and they're all going to band together to save the multiverse. It's said that Kevin Feige has already had talks with Hugh Jackman, Tobey Maguire, and Andrew Garfield to play big roles in Secret Wars, and all of these talks happened prior to the actors' strike. And from now until the movie comes out, so much is going to change. I mean, we're literally 5 to 6 years from this movie hitting theaters, so it's inevitable that things are going to constantly change. Recently, it was just reported a couple of days ago that apparently Michael Waldron, who wrote Loki and Multiverse of Madness, who was tasked on writing Secret Wars, is no longer writing Secret Wars anymore, and Marvel's looking for new writers to take on that project. Secret Wars also doesn't have a director attached to the project, so it's gonna be a minute. Marvel has a ton of other things they need to do before we even get to the Secret Wars development process. But the one thing that is likely is that if Marvel has the opportunity to bring back a ton of legacy characters and have it be one final hurrah in Avengers Secret Wars, where we see someone like Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man talking to Hugh Jackman's Wolverine, maybe also talking to Robert Downey Jr.'s Tony Stark, or Chris Evans' Captain America, I think it's going to happen. I mean, there's too much money to be made on the table, and again, Marvel, Disney, they want Secret Wars to compete with Endgame, and this is the only way to do it. Casting Hugh Jackman alongside Ryan Reynolds for Deadpool 3 already makes that $1 billion film. Now, and that's just Hugh Jackman. Imagine Hugh Jackman and Tobey and Andrew and the OG Fantastic Four, the OG X-Men. I mean, the list goes on and on. There is so much they can do, and whether you want this to happen or don't want it to happen, it doesn't really matter because it's likely going to happen regardless. I just hope that at the end of the day, Marvel's just able to tell a great story and do all of these characters justice. I mean, You guys know I will ride and die for Spider-Man No Way Home. I mean, it's insane to me that like this movie now gets hate on Twitter, but like when No Way Home came out, I'm sorry, you cannot convince me that there was a single human being on the planet that went to go watch it in theaters and walked out mad because they didn't enjoy it or because it was bad or this or that. I'm not convinced that there's a human being that had that experience because I don't know. There's just no way you watch No Way Home and don't feel a sense of joy or contentment or fulfillment or just don't have a smile on your face. But for as great as No Way Home was, I truly think that movie doesn't get enough credit for handling every single one of those legacy characters from the villains to both Tobey and Andrew with so much care while still having it be a cohesive story that is all in service of elevating Tom Holland's Spider-Man, which the movie did. So now I'm gonna kick a question back to you guys. For Avengers Secret Wars, if you had to pick only 3 characters to come back and be in that movie and interact with each other, which 3 characters would it be? My 3 would probably be Hugh Jackman, Tobey, and then Robert Downey Jr.'s Tony Stark. That would probably be my 3. And wow, what a sight would that be? So let me know in the comment section down below, are you guys excited for Avengers Secret Wars? What do you want to see from that film? And what are the 3 characters that you want to see appear in that film and interact with each other? Thank you guys for watching this video. I got more vids on the way, so I appreciate you guys. Subscribe if you enjoyed the video, like it up, share with your friends, and yeah, I'll see you guys next time!